Okay, today we are going to tie a Chubby Chernobyl. So here we're going to have a Firehole Sticks 618 in size 8, 2x long hook, um, and then we're going to just be using some 70 Denier UTC thread in purple. With this hook, you could probably use a lot of things. You could probably step this up to a 3x long hook if you want, or even a 4x long hook. And then just kind of use what size gets you the shank length you want. 2x long, you end up going to a little bit bigger sized hook. So like here it's a size 8. With a 3x long, maybe you end up with a size 10 or 12 and end up with this kind of the same shank length. We're going to start off with some Krystal Flash for the tail. Here I'm just using a rainbow color. This one kind of going a little bit flashier. I had thought about going with like a yellow, more yellow color for the body and everything, and kind of having it be a little bit more like an actual hopper imitation. But going with more of a purple and more flash kind of went out in my mind for today. We're going to get nice tail on the end of there of Krystal Flash. Now we're going to get our dubbing going. I'm using Ice Dub, UV Purple. We kind of start off just dubbing a body from the back to the front, or front to the back. Right? Gives us a little bit to work with. Let's getting the foam on. One of the great things about this fly is don't have to be overly critical of a super thin dubbing noodle or that it's dubbed super tight. Kind of get some dubbing on the hook. Then kind of after you're thread about where the barb of the hook would be, and tie in foam body. I like using the River Road Creations cutters. Got the set of 5 so I can cut lots of different sizes. Have that body go out there about where the Krystal Flash would be. All right, we had some audio issues, and now we're back. We're laying down a thread base here to tie in our legs and wing here in the back of this fly. Alright, these barred Sexi-Floss legs from Montana Fly Company, they're probably my favorite rubber legs. They look great and they're not difficult to work with. So we're going to tie a set on each side of the fly where the leg is kind of coming out at the front and back of that thread base that we have. Don't worry about them being kind of close together and not splayed out a lot. When we get the dubbing to cover all our thread wraps, that'll take care of it. Alright, now we're going to come in, get our wing tied in. I like this McFlylon polypropylene yarn. You have big clumps that you can see, and they're kind of glued together or kind of melted together a little bit to kind of keep all of the fibers in control. I use it for posts on parachutes and pretty much anything where I need polypropylene yarn. So tie it in. Now we're going to fold it over, create a little loop that we can grab. This will help keep this wing from pulling out on you, and then it also gives you, with this yarn, 4 big clumps coming out the back, which gives you a really nice full wing that'll be super floaty. So you'll see I like to, these clumps, they don't look like a great wing yet, but you can come in with a bodkin and kind of pick it through those spots where it's all kind of glued together, and it separates them out into individual fibers, and it'll be a nice bushy wing. But first, let's hide all those thread wraps with another big dubbing noodle. With this fly, it's fine if it's real buggy. It's kind of just a big, bushy, dry fly that trout are just going to absolutely love. So right now those legs are nice and long. You'll cut them to length later and get them to whatever length you like for your water. So we're just gonna get another big dubbing noodle to get forward, get a nice big body of this ice dub underneath the foam, and get to our front tie-in spot where we're gonna kind of repeat everything all over. Alright, now that we're getting our thread base put together here at the front of the fly, we're just going to repeat what we did. Rubber legs on each side, polypropylene yarn wing on the top, hide those thread wraps with more ice dub. So here you can see again, we just repeated the same exact thing from the back up in the front, creating a little loop to grab the wing so we don't have to worry about that wing pulling out on us. So we can have a nice secure floaty wing up top. Gonna hide those threads again with more ice dub, and then we'll be able to sneak that thread in front to finish this fly off. Like you can see, there's rubber legs going everywhere. That's fine. Alright, now that we got those threads, that thread base hidden, we can whip finish, sneak that thread up front, whip finish. Don't trap any legs or anything in that whip finish, but I can cut that thread free. Cut these legs to length. I don't like them super long, but I also like to get plenty of movement to get the attention of all of the trout or bass that you're throwing this at. And I like to come in, trim the head, trim it off square at first, and then just kind of clip the corners. now we got that wing that we trimmed just a little bit longer than the back. You can see here I'm coming in with the bodkin, just running it through those parts where they're all hooked together. And so you can get a bunch of individual strands so that it gets to be a really nice big bushy wing. So just take your time doing this. You don't want to jab that thing into your foam and start tearing up the foam on your fly, but just carefully get them all separated. You can already see it's turning into a lot bigger bushy wing there, getting everything separated. So if fishing huge dry flies is your thing, give this video a like, and let us know in the comments what's your favorite big dry fly to throw. And then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.